Does your chest refuse to grow? No matter how many exercises you try, no matter how many workouts you copy, it just stays flat. I remember putting hours in at the gym, thinking one more bench day would finally bring it out. But all I got was stronger arms, wider shoulders, and a bruised ego. Meanwhile, my chest, still flat, still soft, still the part of my body I didn't want anyone to notice. Taking my shirt off wasn't confidence. It was anxiety. I'd avoid mirrors. I'd avoid beaches because no matter how much I trained, it felt like my chest was cursed. But over the last year, that changed. Not because I added more random exercises. Not because I found some secret no one else knew. It changed because I simplified. I focused on 2 key movements, fixed my form, and finally built the chest I'd been chasing for years. And if your chest has been stuck too, this is the blueprint. Let's build, brick by brick. The flat bench myth. Let's start here. The flat barbell bench. It's the lift everyone tells you to master. It's the lift people measure strength by. It's the lift that supposedly guarantees a big chest. But here's the truth. The bench doesn't work for everyone. For some guys, it builds thickness fast. For others, like me, it's just a tricep and shoulder workout in disguise. The bar locks your arms into a fixed position. And if that path doesn't match your chest fibers, good luck. You'll feel strong, but your chest won't change. That's exactly what happened to me. I pushed my bench higher and higher. 2 plates, then more. My arms blew up. My shoulders got capped, but my chest stayed flat. It wasn't a strength problem. It was an activation problem. The bar simply didn't line up with my structure. And that's when I stopped obsessing over the flat bench and started building a chest. Exercise number 1, the incline press, barbell and dumbbell. The incline press changed everything. When you raise the bench slightly, the stress shifts. Instead of your shoulders and triceps dominating, your upper chest finally wakes up. That's the part of the chest most people are missing, the thickness at the top, the armor plate look that gives your chest shape and presence. Start with incline barbell press. Grip just outside shoulder width. Lower slow, feel the stretch. Drive up strong. Keep your chest up. Don't just bounce the weight, but the real game changer, dumbbells. The incline dumbbell press is the movement that unlocked my chest. Why? Because dumbbells free your arms. You're no longer locked in. You can angle your elbows and bring your hands together at the top and actually squeeze the chest. The first time I did this, I felt my chest activate in a way flat barbell never gave me. I wasn't just moving weight. I was building muscle. Now, about the angle. This is where most people screw up. They crank the bench up too high, basically turning it into a shoulder press. The sweet spot? A slight incline. Just 1 or 2 notches above flat. Enough to shift the focus up, but not so steep that your shoulders take over. Find that angle, focus on the squeeze, and you'll feel it instantly. Exercise number 2, the cable fly, the right way. Pressing alone will build mass, but to carve out your chest, you need a fly variation. The problem? Most people do pec deck or machine flies wrong. Those machines load the squeeze at the end, but there's no real tension in the stretch, the most important part of chest growth. That's why I switched to incline cable flies. Here's how to set it up. Put an incline bench in the middle of a cable station. Set the cables just above shoulder height. Grab the handles, sit back, and perform a fly with a slight bend in your shoulders. Now here's the difference. Unlike dumbbells or machines, cables give you tension the entire time, from the deep stretch all the way through the squeeze. That constant tension is what fills out the parts of your chest pressing never hits, the inner fibers, the lower sweep, the overall fullness. And when you do it right, you'll wake up sore in places you didn't even know you had chest fibers. The small tweaks that change everything. When it comes to chest flies, the little details make or break the exercise. Keep your chest up. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Imagine a string pulling your sternum toward the ceiling. Stay in line with the cables. Your forearms should follow the cable path, not drift outward. Stop before your shoulders take over. Once your chest caves in, the set's done. Do those 3 things and you'll actually isolate your chest instead of just flapping your arms around. programming it. So how do you fit this into your week? Keep it simple. Start with incline dumbbell or barbell press. 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps. Then move to incline cable flies. 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Train chest twice per week if you can. Once is fine, but twice is better. This combo alone is enough to build a chest you're proud of. You don't need 10 different exercises. You don't need marathon chest days. You need to do these 2 movements with proper form consistently. That's it. Form over ego. Here's the part no one wants to hear. It's not about how heavy you go. I used to grab the 95s on incline dumbbell, thinking I was a beast. But in reality, my form was trash. My shoulders were carrying most of the load. My chest was barely involved. The breakthrough came when I swallowed my pride, dropped the weights to the 65s, and focused on form. Deep stretch at the bottom, controlled press up, squeeze at the top without fully locking out. That's when the growth started. Because muscle doesn't care about the number on the dumbbell. It cares about the tension. Every guy in the gym wants to look strong, but if your chest hasn't grown in months, ask yourself, are you training your chest or just feeding your ego? When I made that shift, my chest finally started responding. Bonus, fueling growth with protein. Listen, you can do all the incline presses and cable flies you want, but if you're not eating enough protein, your chest will stay stuck. Muscle isn't built in the gym. It's broken down there. Growth happens after, when you fuel your body with the building blocks it needs to repair. And that building block is protein. Think of it like this. Training is laying the bricks. Protein is the cement. Without it, nothing sticks. So, how much do you actually need? A simple rule, about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. If you weigh 160 pounds, aim for 130 to 160 grams. If you weigh 200, aim for 160 to 200 grams. It's not complicated, but it does take consistency. Now, here's where people mess up. They'll train chest on Monday, eat like a beast that day, then slack the rest of the week. But muscle repair is a 24/7 process. Your chest doesn't grow just on chest day. It grows all week long. That means you need to hit your protein target every day, not just when you feel like it. Where do you get it? Chicken, beef, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, protein shakes if you need the convenience. Here's the kicker. Most people undereat protein without realizing it. They'll say, yeah, I eat plenty. Then you look at their day and it's like 2 eggs, a sandwich, and maybe some chicken at dinner. That's barely 70 grams total. That's not enough. Not if you want to grow. So if your chest has been stuck for months, check your plate, because sometimes the problem isn't your workload. It's your nutrition. Feed the machine and watch your chest finally respond. The hard truth. Here's what nobody wants to admit. Most people never build their chest because they spend all their time chasing the wrong things. They chase variety instead of progress. They chase numbers instead of tension. They chase whatever workout looks the flashiest on social media, hoping it'll be the secret that finally blows up their chest. But muscle doesn't care about variety. Muscle doesn't care about how much you can brag about lifting. Muscle responds to one thing: consistent tension applied to the right movements over time. That's it. For me, the breakthrough didn't come from doing every chest machine in the gym. It didn't come from 100 push-ups a day or piling more plates on the flat bench until my shoulders begged for mercy. It came from keeping it simple. Incline pressing, incline flies, done properly, done consistently. That's what finally gave me stretch marks across my pecs. Not genetics, not luck, not some influencer's magic program, just consistency on the right lifts. And here's the kicker. Most people can't stick with something long enough to see the results. They hop programs every month. They skip workouts. They get discouraged when the mirror doesn't change fast enough. But your chest won't grow because you confused it. It'll grow because you repeated the fundamentals long enough for them to work. Think of it like stacking bricks. 1 brick doesn't look like much. 10 doesn't either. But stack them patiently in the same place with precision, and eventually you've built a wall that wasn't there before. That's how you build muscle. That's how you build a chest. Not by doing everything, but by doing the right things and doing them relentlessly. So if your chest hasn't grown yet, maybe it's not your genetics. Maybe it's not your diet. Maybe it's just that you haven't given the fundamentals enough time to pay off. Stop chasing shortcuts. Stop chasing variety. Pick the right lifts and then commit. That's the hard truth. So here's where we land. The chest you want isn't hiding behind 100 different exercises. It's built on a foundation. Incline presses and incline flies done with patience, precision, and progression. Add enough protein, stay consistent, and give it time. The results will come. Not overnight, not in a week, but brick by brick. And remember this, the gym is just a tool. You are the machine. If you fuel it right, train it smart, and recover it well, your chest will grow. Your body will change. No magic, no secrets, just the kind of discipline most people never stick with long enough to see. The question isn't, can you build it? The question is, will you show up long enough to see it through? Brick by brick, no shortcuts. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like if this helped you. And I'll see you in the next video right here.